So today I went out just to film a DJI Mavic Mini tutorial for you guys, and the wind was just too heavy. It's been like that a lot recently here in New York City, and apart from dealing with this, I've decided, you know what, just jump ship, come home, and look for something else to film. Now, I recently picked this up. This lens is called the YONGNUO. It's for micro four thirds cameras. In particular, I'm using this on my Panasonic G9. I'm going to be reviewing this primarily for video because that's pretty much what I do. Now, apart from image quality, which is obviously the most important concern when it comes to a lens, there are some other things I'm going to be looking at, like manual focus, autofocus, focal length. A lot of lenses you have to be very far away, otherwise the lens just won't focus. This kind of compares to the Panasonic 42.5, f1.7, same aperture, f1.7, which costs about 400 bucks. This one, $89, or maybe another 200 bucks and get yourself the Olympus 45mm, which is similar focal length. So if you want to do some up close B-roll, this is the guy, or at least this is the focal length that you'll be looking for in a micro four thirds system. The manual focus does work, however, this has a lot of friction to it. It feels like it's rubbing against this metal part here, and then you have to turn forever to get this thing to focus, whereas its competitors, the Olympus and the Panasonic, a little turns and bam, you can catch focus very quickly, whereas you have to keep going and going and going with this. So a little bit of annoying. When it comes to autofocus, this does a fairly decent job. It focuses, I would say, not much of a difference you can tell, unless you're told which lens is focusing at which point. However, what is noticeable about this lens is when it's focusing, it is really noisy. However, I will say that's not much of a big deal to me, because when I'm filming with this lens, I'm usually doing B-roll, which is usually slapped on top of what you're watching, or there's music or something in the background, so I don't really use the sound anyway. So it's a big hindrance, something to take note of. If this was a vlogging lens or a wide lens, that would be a different story. Now, when it comes to focal length, this thing here really surprised me, and surprisingly, the Olympus, the focal length is not that close, so you have to stay a pretty good distance away from your subject that you're trying to film. So that was a big plus for this at $89. I was hugely surprised, did not expect the focal length to be able to compete anywhere near to the Panasonic, but guess what, it did, and that was definitely a big plus for me, because the closer you can get gives you definitely more flexibility. Most lenses can do a good job focusing from far away, but if you can get close up and still get a good shot, that's a big plus. One big downside for me with this was that the filter thread is a whopping 52mm in front. Yes, huge. Now, I know it doesn't look like that because I did get a reducer. I checked it thoroughly to make sure that it does not affect or get into the frame once reduced, or blur the image or cause any vignetting. It was like $7 for the step down ring. I'll leave it in the description section if you want to pick it up. When it comes to build quality, this thing is good. It's not the most solid, right? The back has a steel metal like composition, but not the most solid metal. It certainly does not feel cheap. It's definitely not the smallest when you compare it to its competitors. This is definitely the biggest of the bunch. I think the Olympus does feel like the best build compared to this and to the Panasonic 1.7 42.5mm as well. It has a manual focus and autofocus switch right here that you can toggle between the two, so that's pretty cool if you're looking for that kind of flexibility. The Panasonic has in-body image stabilization within their lens. This one does not, the Olympus does not. However, when I compare footage moving, because the Panasonic itself, the camera itself, has such good in-body image stabilization that I wasn't really able to tell much of a difference. The image quality is just that good. If you're primarily doing video, I can assure you, you can't really tell the difference. I'm looking for image quality first. If I'm not taking a hit on the image quality or much of a hit on the image quality, then this right away is an instant winner for me just based on the price. And that's why I choose to keep this over the Olympus, even though the Panasonic basically is the best of all three. The differences aren't that much for me to warrant paying another 300 bucks more. I feel like I can get the same results from this that I would from the Panasonic or the Olympus without anyone else knowing. Comment below, let me know if you noticed a huge difference between the Panasonic, the Olympus, and the YONGNUO lens. I think this is a great value and definitely worth considering if you're now getting started and you're looking to get some B-roll shots, or you're just looking to save some money, at least when it comes to video. So do leave a comment below, give this video a big thumbs up, and like and subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, and I will see you guys, well, when the wind dies down. Big shout out to Autonomous Drone Services and MadMixTube.com for providing us with the equipment to make these videos possible. I'm still giving away 6 DJI Mavic 2 Pros or Zooms. Head over to my Patreon account, donate $1, become a patron, and automatically you're entered to win a chance to win one of 6 of those drones. Guys, let's make this happen. Come on, support me and help me support you.